What's up, stars? Coach Vega here. So for today's skill lesson, we're gonna be going over tennis. So for tennis, I'm gonna need you all to grab a few items. So first, you're either going to need a ball, so a soft ball, or you can use a rolled up pair of socks. You can use a couple rolled up paper bags, whatever you want, crumpled up piece of paper, something that you could hit with. Now the next item that you're gonna need, well, you don't really need it, but it will probably help you out a lot, is if you have either a ping pong paddle, so I have a ping pong paddle right here, or if you have, say, a tennis racket, or if you have a badminton racket, something like a paddle. If you have a paddle at your house, that would help you out a lot. But if you don't, no worries, because we will use our hand. So for those of you who are going to use your hand, first you're going to hold your dominant hand out. You're going to put your fingers together. You're going to make your hand flat. So I don't want to see any fingers up. You want to make it as flat as possible. So we're going to be going over the tennis motion to see how many times we can hit the ball without it falling to the ground. So you're going to get your arm out and you're just going to be in a straight arm, trying to hit your ball up with a flat hand. So it'll look like this. So little baby hits, and you're gonna see how many times you can hit your ball without it falling to the ground. All right, so it's pretty tough with just using your hand, but you'll get the hang of it. It's very similar to how you would do it with a tennis racket. You just have a smaller area to hit the ball with, which makes it a little bit harder. Now, for those of you who have a ping pong paddle, you'll be doing the same thing. So you're gonna hold your paddle with your thumb up. So you're gonna grab your paddle, thumb up. Next, your fingers are gonna be on the bottom. All right, so look at my paddle. And you're gonna be hitting the ball with your paddle. And you're gonna see how many times you can hit your ball. And remember, it's kind of tricky, so you're gonna have to do little baby hits instead of those big, hard, high ones, because that's gonna be pretty hard to read at first. And for those of you who have a tennis racket, this is gonna be a lot easier for you, and it's gonna be, of course, a lot similar to a game of tennis because you're gonna actually have a full-size racket. So you can do the same thing. So you're just hitting the ball with your tennis racket. So light hits, you're not gonna hit it too hard. All right? Next, you're gonna be doing the backhand. So for those of you who don't have a racket or something to hit your ball with, you'll stay to hitting it with your palm. All right? So you're gonna be hitting it with your palm the whole time. But for those of you who have a tennis racket, a ping pong paddle, or some other type of item that you could hit it with, you will be doing the backhand. All right, the backhand hit. So remember how right now I told you your thumb's gonna be on top? Well, now your thumb's gonna be on the bottom, and your knuckles are gonna be on top. So this is how you're gonna be doing it. Just backhand, all right? So your backhand goes up and it keeps it up. Really just the opposite of what we were doing earlier. So you're gonna go backhand, and we're gonna be keeping it up as much as we can. So our forehand swing is gonna help us in tennis when we forehand, when we serve, when we do all that stuff. And our backhand, say if our opponent hits the ball very hard to us, and we're righty, but they hit it to our left side, we have to turn, and then we can hit our ball, all right? So there's gonna be times where you're gonna have to do a backhand swing. All right, class, so next what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be doing the same thing, but to our opposite hand now. So if you're using your right hand, you're now gonna be using your left hand. So for those of you who don't have a racket or a paddle, you're gonna be doing the same thing. So hand out, make sure it's flat, and you're gonna be hitting the ball up, trying to see how many times you can keep it in the air and onto your palm. Now for those of you who have a racket, same mechanics. Thumb up, knuckles on the bottom, and you're gonna be doing little light hits with your racket. And then you're gonna be doing the same thing with the backhand. So with the backhand, your knuckles are gonna be up, and you're gonna be seeing it how well we can hit our ball doing the backhand. So I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hard doing it with your opposite hand, but that's how we get better, right? So that's gonna be our tennis lesson for today, class. I'll see y'all right now.